Welcome to another Minecraft tutorial video. Today I'm going to go over how to build an automated sorting system and explain how it works. If you would prefer a quick video that simply explains how to make the sorting system, you can check out the quick build version of this video. When placing blocks or wanting to draw your attention, I will often flash some green wool, like this. If I flash red wool, like this, it's usually to point out a block I want to remove, or that I'm going to build temporary scaffolding blocks. Let's get started. I'm building on a slightly raised platform to make things easier to see. Feel free to build your sorting system wherever you'd like. First, I'm going to build 4 chests. Please note that these blocks are all upside down stair blocks. If you put a full block above a chest, you won't be able to open it. Stair blocks don't have this problem. Behind the top row of blocks, I'm going to build a row of hoppers. They can be in either direction, just make sure that they're all pointing in the same direction. Now to connect the chests to the hoppers. I'm using a scaffolding block here because this hopper can't be facing down. With everything connected, here's how things would flow through the system. Items will go horizontally until they have the option to go down. As you can see, currently the first chest would fill up before any of the other chests receive items. To fix this, I'm going to add a sorter. I'll start with the blocks and then place the redstone circuitry. It's fairly simple and only uses 1 comparator, 4 pieces of redstone dust, and 3 redstone torches. You now have a completed sorter. In order to configure it, you have to place exactly 22 items into this hopper, and each slot should have at least 1 item in it. Whatever you want this sorter to collect should go into slot 1. The other slots should be filled with an item that will never be placed into the sorting system. I like using redstone blocks. You might notice that using 22 of the item you want to sort also appears to work. However, there's a flaw with this technique. Since the hopper can collect items faster than it can get rid of them, you might end up in a situation like this. Since there is now more than 22 items in the 4 slots on the right, the first slot is eventually going to empty, and you'll end up with a situation like this. Now the first slot is free to accept whatever items come along next. I would recommend copying what I've done and only change the block in the first slot depending on what you want to sort. Now that the sorter has been configured, how does it all work? Everything depends on this special hopper. When this redstone torch is powered on, the hopper is locked. While locked, it can't receive items from the hopper above, and it can't place items into the attached chest. So, how do we unlock the hopper? That involves this hopper. When a hopper is connected to a comparator, the hopper outputs a redstone signal based on how many items it is storing. The hopper is currently storing 22 items, so it outputs a redstone signal which powers these 2 blocks. The moment we put a 23rd item into the hopper, it powers these 3 blocks. Now, this redstone torch receives power, which turns it off, which powers off this redstone, which turns on this redstone torch, which turns off this redstone torch. The special hopper is no longer being powered, so it is now free to receive items from the hopper above it and place items into the chest. The reset process is also quite interesting. The moment this hopper receives 1 item from the hopper above, it gets locked again. That's because this hopper now only has 22 items in it and can only output redstone power to 2 blocks. This causes all of the redstone torches and redstone dust to reset. Because of this quick turnaround, the locked hopper only has time to receive 1 item from the hopper above and dispense 1 item into the chest. This causes 1 item to get stuck in the locked hopper. This is normal and it will be released the next time the hopper unlocks. This is only an issue the first time you use the sorting system. If you only place 1 item into the sorting system and it seems to disappear, It's probably just held up in the locked hopper. Put another one of the same item into the system, and it should start appearing in the chest. Now that everything is reset, we simply wait for this hopper to receive a 23rd item to restart the process all over again. Now that the first sorter is built and configured, I'm going to build the remaining sorters. They're identical to the first one, and like the first one, you will need to configure them by placing 22 items into the correct hopper. You'll notice that I'm only building 2 more sorters. That's because it's extremely important to leave the last chest in your system unsorted. This is so that anything placed into your sorting system that doesn't get sorted can make its way into the last chest. Otherwise, it would just get stuck in your hoppers and quickly jam up the system. With all of the sorters in place, here's what would happen if you placed 3 sorted items into the sorting system. Now, all that's left is to put back the decorative blocks and make an input chest. Anything placed into this chest will either get sorted or it will end up in the last chest on the bottom left. And now time for my favorite part, destroying everything. And that concludes this tutorial video. What did you think? Please let me know in the comments. For your viewing pleasure, I've got a sneak peek of my next project. Now that you know how to make a sorting system, you might be interested in learning how to make some cool stacked storage. The redstone lamps light up as the chests get full. If you like this video and want to know when the next one comes out, I'd recommend subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitter or check me out on Reddit. The links are in the video description.